You know, I'm very excited to be here today. When you're the governor of the state, you can obviously be anywhere you want on Friday afternoon. And I chose to be here in Sydney for what this represents. Now, I also want to share with you, I heard him talking a little bit earlier about you're going to put in the 2009 Husker schedule. So I can't resist to tell you, I was with Coach Bellini last week. We're going to be bigger, stronger, faster. We're going to have a better team. We got a tough schedule. But as I tell the citizens all the time, I know a national championship is not far away. I just don't know what year. Secondly, while we're talking about the Huskers, you also ought to be proud of the Lady Husker volleyball team. They are going to have a great year this year. It's unbelievable, the talent that they have. And I just want you to know again, one of the privileges of being governor, I get to go to volleyball practice next Monday. I'm really looking forward to that. Now, the other thing before I get into my formal remarks to congratulate all of you, I really don't have the power to do this, but I always have fun when you are the governor of this state. For all the students who are here today, it would seem only appropriate to me that the superintendent ought to give you a day off next week for being here. That's his problem now that I put that out. You know, this is exciting to see so many people here today. Obviously, you have great pride in your community, and you should. And I want to commend everybody who made this possible. It takes a team effort. It takes a community effort. So to the citizens of Sydney, your school board, all the leaders who are involved in this project, to Cabela's and others who are willing to make an investment in the students of this area, you should be very, very proud of yourself. This was a community-led effort. It's a very worthwhile and much needed effort. And today what we're really talking about is an extraordinary investment in the young people of this community, the future of this state, the future leaders of this community. And what you've done is you've shown them how much you care about them because you're willing to invest in them. And as the Commissioner of Education mentioned, hopefully for all the students, you will remember that when you have the opportunity to do it. Today's celebration is a perfect example of something I say nearly every day about education in Nebraska. We care about our children. We support them. And I want you to know, I want to share at least one statistic with you today. So often we wonder, how are we doing in terms of the education of our children? Well, let me just share with you one statistic. If you go look at the ACT scores that come out every year, Nebraska is always in the top 10. But more importantly, if you make the real comparison, apples to apples, oranges to oranges, and you compare all the states in America, where there are 15 or 20 states where more than 70% of the kids take the ACT, a broad cross-section, Nebraska is #1 with an ACT score of 22.1, and we should be very, very proud of that. That shows you what... That shows you what the schools of this state are doing, schools like yours here in Sydney. Now, having been married to an elementary school principal and teacher for more than 30 years, I've learned this firsthand a long time ago. And for our family, education is very, very important. As your governor, I've said, my vision for Nebraska is to provide our children, our young people, the very best education that we can. And then we want to create good, high-paying jobs to keep them right here in Nebraska, in places like Sydney. And what you've done with this investment, you sent the message. You're going to do that here in Sydney. You're going to give these young people the very best education we can. And then for the young people, we want to make sure that you stay right here in Sydney and right here in Nebraska, because I can tell you, there is no better place to live, to work, and to raise a family than right here in Nebraska. And right now, I also want to share one other thing that you should be very, very proud of. as we look all across America, and state after state is in very difficult fiscal challenges. Nebraska is one of a few states that's not. And that is a reflection of all of you. I've shared with many other states in the last couple of weeks. I've even been on Fox Business News as they ask, well, how do you get it done in Nebraska? How come you're not in a fiscal crisis like every other state? How is it you have the second lowest unemployment rate in America? And I tell them all the time, we believe in a very simple, powerful, important, and novel concept. We don't spend money we don't have. And that's a reflection of all of you. You didn't take out a home mortgage you couldn't afford to pay. Your businesses didn't engage in debt they couldn't afford to pay off. So here we stand today. Nebraska is a shining example for the rest of the country in how to do it. And many of you have heard, MainStreet.com did a financial happiness index, an analysis of all 50 states. And I'm proud to say now that I'm the governor of the happiest state in America. We are ranked #1 for our unemployment rate, foreclosure rate, a comparison of a home mortgage or non-mortgage debt to the average annual income. You combine all three, and it wasn't even close. We were #1. Iowa was a distant second. Kansas was an even more distant third. Kind of like playing them in football. There's no doubt who's going to win. So you should be very, very proud of yourselves. I know I'm proud of our state because we truly do care about each other. We support each other. We love each other. And that's what makes this an extraordinary state. And so let me close by just saying, I am proud to be the governor of the best state in the United States of America. Congratulations. Thank you very much.